Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and this is our final week being hosted by Ragged Mountain Resort in Danbury. We invite you to discover Ragged Mountain, where thrill and excitement is just around the corner. Ragged has over 50 trails of top to bottom skiing and boarding with beginner, glades, 3 terrain parks, and a dedicated learning area. They also have their own 6-pack high-speed chairlift, which can get you to the summit in less than 5 minutes. Let Ragged help you turn your weekend or vacation from ordinary to extraordinary. We'll hear about the 2022 Newport Winter Carnival Pageant from Kristie Howe. Scott Blewitt will introduce us to a new organization he's associated with, Youth Ken 603. Tyler Webb of Harding Hill Maple Sugar Operations will give us a tour of their new sugar shack right on Route 103 in Sunapee. And we'll close with Kyle Maskey, who will talk about summer activities at Ragged Mountain, especially as a wedding venue. But first, a few words from the good businesses that make your Yankee Chronicle possible. Please stay with us.
We all know ticks suck blood, but not just in the woods. Ticks can be almost anywhere year-round. Even though some are smaller than the head of a pin, they're big trouble. Even a tiny tick can make you super sick. So wear protective clothing and an EPA-registered insect repellent. And when you shower, remember, check for ticks everywhere. If you get a tick, tell an adult and go to ticksuck.org to learn how to remove it properly. Ticks suck, but being outdoors shouldn't. Ticksuck.org.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel. Last year, the Newport Winter Carnival Pageant continued its uninterrupted tradition as the longest-running local pageant in the country, but because of COVID, did it last year without an in-house audience. Let's hear from the event director on how they're navigating COVID for this year's event. Hi, Kristie.
Thanks, Abby. I can't tell you how excited we are to have our Winter Carnival pageant back live here in the Opera House with an audience. I tell you, we've been so fortunate and to have people come here, and it just fills this place with life and magic and what it was built for. It was built to have people here enjoying shows. So here we are again at the 106th Winter Carnival pageant, and we're going to have a full house, right? You're all coming to see the pageant. So tickets are $18. It is reserved seating. You can pick out your seats when you go on to our website, which is www.newportoperahouse.com. You'll see a seating chart, and you can choose which seats you would like, either in the balcony or on the main floor. The price is the same either way. We also will be live streaming our event. It's $29, and we will be sending you a link a day or two before the pageant, and those links can be purchased on our website as well, right along with the regular tickets. And like I said, we are so thrilled to have people back here in our beautiful Opera House, and especially for something as historic as the Winter Carnival pageant. This is the oldest Winter Carnival in general, and of course the pageant goes with that, in the entire nation. Newport has the oldest, so it's an awful lot of fun. When you do come to the Opera House, we strongly encourage you to wear a mask, whether you're vaccinated or not. This is an old building. It does not have any kind of modern HVAC, so the ventilation system is kind of non-existent. So please be smart and wear a mask at all times when you're in the Opera House. People will be close. We are not social distancing. We can't because of the size of the building and the size of the crowd. Kristie, tell us about what's going on at this year's event.
Thanks, Meg. I echo your excitement about having a live show again this year. To have an audience here makes such a difference for the people who are participating in the pageant on stage. We're going to have juniors and seniors from Newport and surrounding towns as contestants in the pageant. And we have about a half a dozen people signed up for that role in the program. And then we have a little more than a dozen second graders signed up as well, and they will be princes and princesses in the pageant. They will be dancing, talking on stage. They're a lot of fun, and it's always nice when I bring in a new round of Queen contestants to hear how many of them participated as second graders when they were younger. It's just a really neat way to incorporate different ages in the community. The Winter Carnival in general, the Winter Carnival Committee is also working on pulling together an awesome weekend for folks, and the Queen contestants, princes and princesses, will certainly be involved in things beyond the pageant as well. So you'll be able to look for things like tons of events on the Common, a great big parade, lots of different contests and things like that. So we're very much looking forward to having Newport full and alive that weekend.
So remember, the Winter Carnival Pageant is Friday, February 11th at 7 o'clock.
Thanks, Meg. I'm really looking forward to this Newport Winter Carnival. The Queen contestants will be selling buttons for $1 each. Their sponsors may also be selling buttons on their behalf, and anybody can go down to the Newport Rec Center or come right into the Newport Opera House to purchase a button, and that will make it so that you can attend any of the events that we have going on for most of them. We also sell raffle tickets. There's a 50-50 raffle as part of the Winter Carnival Pageant. The winners are announced on stage, and we'll have 5 winners that night. We'll split half the proceeds of that raffle. That's a great way to get involved, offer some support to the pageant program, and maybe win a little bit of money for yourself too, so that's kind of cool. I would really need to thank our sponsors. We have a huge support system that makes the pageant program possible, so I'm really proud to be able to offer that, and I'm glad that the local community has been so wonderful in supporting the program.
Thanks, Kristie. Tickets are still available, but if you are concerned about the close contact in-house, they will televise it live. When we return, we'll be joined by Scott Blewitt to hear about Youth Ken 603, a group of individuals and organizations that care about the youth in our communities and promoting positive, healthy alternatives to substance use. But first, these words from the good folks that make our communities the great places they are, and the businesses that support us, and the organizations you use and love.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. When you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
At Wounded Warrior Project, while we all deal with the effects of COVID-19, our greatest concern is for the health and safety of our nation's wounded heroes, especially those who are at increased risk due to their service to our nation and those who are even now more isolated. We are connecting with warriors and families by adapting our free life-changing programs, including increased phone and video support and online services. The need has never been greater, and we've never been more committed. Please support warriors today.
Some say e-cigarettes aren't dangerous.
But science shows nicotine can harm teens' developing brains.
No matter how they're exposed.
Let's do an experiment to find out.
Here's a teen who won't be using e-cigarettes.
Now we need one willing to risk their brain development.
Care to volunteer your kid?
Welcome back. I'm Abby Peel, your Yankee Chronicle host this week at Ragged Mountain Resort in Danbury. Let's hear from Scott Blewitt about an organization he's now associated with. Hi, Scott.
Thank you, Abby. Joining me today is Nick Phelan. Nick, if you could tell us a little bit about the program.
Thank you, Scott. So the Youth Can Coalition is being backed by the Drug Free Communities Grant. What the coalition is wanting to do is engage in activities that are occurring within the community. We want to be able to support that. We want to be able to engage youth and build positive activities. Our goal is to reduce substance misuse among youth And so what we want to do is kind of help support those communities, be able to engage youth more.
I'm so excited to be able to work within the communities of Newport and Claremont. I have a background growing up in Newport, and so many wonderful friends and families still work and live there and raise their families there. Both communities have such wonderful programs already existing, and we're just really wanting to piggyback just to make sure that we can get people involved and provide positive influence to teens that want to get involved and have healthier choices.
Yeah, Scott, and we look forward to being able to engage the community, and people, if they're concerned about, if they want to be able to help in this, we're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for ways to grow the community, whether or not it's youth who want to be involved and give back to their own community, or if adults want to also donate their time or participate. We are absolutely looking to grow the coalition, and so anything, as say, donating your time or being able to contribute activities.
Yeah, Nick, we're really excited to start piggybacking with an after-school program at Newport High School. They have an existing program, and they need transportation for some of those kids that need a ride home when their parents are still working. So that's something we're going to be starting soon, as well as getting involved with the Newport Winter Carnival. This is the 106th annual. And we're going to have our kickoff right on the town common on Saturday of Winter Carnival and let people know who we are and what we do.
Yes, Scott, and we're looking to get some more people involved in Claremont. We had done some more events in the fall. We were at the Claremont Night Out as well as Red Ribbon Week. And so we're looking to get more volunteers, those who are interested in participating in more activities, things like that. The more ideas we have, the more obviously we can get involved with the community.
The main goals for the Youth Can is to provide positive activities for teens in Newport and Claremont, as well as reducing opportunities for substance misuse. Within Newport and Claremont, there are so many opportunities. There's already so many wonderful existing programs. Our goal is just to help them out, give them a boost, let parents and kids know what is out there, what they can do to have a healthier choices in life. It means a lot to me, especially because it's a community that I grew up in Newport. And as a teen, it's tough. You don't really know what's out there. Sometimes you spend too much time on your phone or your device, and you don't engage as much. So our goal is just to get kids and get families together, making healthier choices, developing the bond within their community, and developing a lifestyle that everybody can be proud of for their community. If any families, business owners, organizations, youth groups, anything under the sun that want to be part of and partner with Youth Can, or you want us to partner with you, please reach out. We would love to. There's so many wonderful things that we can do together. It takes a village. I know that's a term that's used sometimes and overused, but we really mean it. Let's do it for the sake of our youth. If you would like more information on what Youth Can do for you, please reach out to me at youthcan603@gmail.com or find us on Facebook.
Thanks, Scott. They are in need of young people and adults who care about their community and want to make a difference. Contact them and find out more on how you can become a part. When we return, we'll revisit a segment we did late last sugaring season at Harding Hill, located in Sunapee, a state-of-the-art maple sugaring operation still doing it the old way. Let's find out how. But first, this snapshot of the local businesses that keep this show coming to you.
Ticks suck blood, but even a tiny tick can make you super sick. When you're outdoors, wear protective clothing and an EPA-registered insect repellent. And remember to check for ticks everywhere. Go to ticksuck.org for more information. Ticksuck.org.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans. For children fighting critical illness, we can make the stars align. Because when we come together, hope and joy will shine. Help us make every wish come true.
Welcome back. I'm Abby Peel, your Yankee Chronicle host today, coming from Ragged Mountain Resort here in Danbury. Let's head to Sunapee for a tour of a new maple sugaring operation. Tell us about it, Tyler.
We've been making syrup since 1963. My grandfather moved to the Sunapee area in 1948, was intrigued by the neighbor down at Sanctuary Farm and their makings of maple syrup, and actually eventually took over their sugar house. I was born March 1st, so kind of right at the beginning of maple, and I think I was addicted since day one. So I've always really had a passion for maple, and kind of a dream of mine growing up was to always own my own sugar house. In 2019, my father and I kind of made the jump and decided to build our own sugar house here on property that we own adjacent to the family farm, which is just up the hill. We built the building with the ambition to have people come enjoy the sights and smells of maple syrup in a building that was still traditional, but had finally hit the modern times. We have walls that you can't see through. So there's a lot of aspects to our new building that have made it much more enjoyable for me and my family and everybody else to make maple syrup and enjoy maple syrup. We decided to maintain our kind of more of a traditional evaporator here with the open top so that you could enjoy the steam, enjoy the smells, which you are a little more limited if you have a hood and kind of encase that evaporator in stainless steel so you capture that steam and send it outside the building. Our operation, we have 2,500 taps in 2 different orchards. All of our taps are on pipeline, all of our taps are on vacuum. We're trying for high vacuum, and under high vacuum, if we can hit anything above 0.4 gallons of syrup per tap, we're in a pretty good spot. Our sap we just collected, it was 1.8% sugar, and at 1.8% sugar it takes 50 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. With that, we use a reverse osmosis machine to reduce that ratio, and we're currently reducing it to 10% sugar, and in doing so, that 50-to-1 ratio is now down to a 8.6-to-1 ratio. And that 8.6-to-1 has now reduced our time here in the sugar house and the amount of wood that we are burning. And what the reverse osmosis machine is doing is it's actually separating the water molecule from the sugar molecule. Water is H2O, sugar is C6H12O6, so it's a much larger molecule. And under high pressure, we're separating that larger sugar molecule from the water molecule and creating distilled water as our byproduct and a concentrated sugar with the minerals and nutrients from that sap as our product that we're introducing to our evaporator here. On an average, we're adding wood every 7 minutes to our evaporator to maintain the heat that we want and evaporate as much water as we can. The concentrated sap, or 10% sugar sap, coming into the evaporator, comes into the evaporator through the float. This white pipe, we're trying to maintain about 2 inches of sap in the evaporator at all times. Anything lower gets a little bit scary. And the syrup pan, again, we have 5 chambers. Those 5 chambers are going from low concentration to higher sugar concentration until we hit about 67% sugar, where we have syrup. From there, we will take that raw syrup, run it through a filter press, introducing diatomaceous earth as our filter aid. Once it runs through that filter press, we have a nice clear syrup that we put into our canner, where we can then bottle our syrup into half pints, gallons, half gallons, and everything in between. This is what we've made on our first day of the season, which was a golden delicate. And then we've made everything from amber rich to dark robust. And this is a very dark here. And then we're slowly climbing back out again. We're hoping to try to hit amber rich again. part of that, each grade is a flavor aspect, and that flavor aspect is determined mostly by time of year. That sugar, that lighter, delicate flavor is masked with that heavier maple flavor. Personally, I like the darker of the two. I like the dark robust and the very dark, as it has that stronger maple flavor. So we are traditionally open every weekend in March, typically about 4, and then we do about 2 weekends in April, all dependent on the season. Our hours typically are 10 to 4:30 on Saturday and Sunday, and then during the week it's kind of by chance if we're boiling, so it's best to give us a call or give us an email, and we can set up an appointment for you to come out and pick up some maple syrup. In the off season, we have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram account, and then our website is hardinghillfarm.com.
Thank you, Tyler. As the days get warmer but the nights get colder, their operation will start kicking off. Check out their website for seasonal hours as they get into gear. When your Yankee Chronicle returns at Ragged Mountain, I'll be joined by Kyle Matzke, who will tell us about summer events and using this venue for weddings. But first, let's visit a few of the community-minded businesses that support your Yankee Chronicle.
Even though our daily lives are different, one fact remains unchanged. Blood is needed every day by patients facing a range of serious illnesses. If you're healthy, please schedule an appointment to donate by visiting redcrossblood.org.
The annual meeting and deliberative session for the Kearsarge Regional School District will be held on Saturday, January 8, 2022 at 9 a.m. in the Kearsarge Regional High School Auditorium located on North Road in North Sutton, New Hampshire. Inclement weather date is January 15. Voting will take place on Tuesday, March 8th in each of the district communities. The warrant articles are available on the district website. Please come and participate.
Every year, thousands of animals are killed by poachers. You can protect them. Join us.
Welcome back to Ragged Mountain Resort here in Danbury, New Hampshire. We love coming this time of year when the snow is flying and the slopes are open. I'm now joined by the marketing manager here, Kyle Matzke. Hi, Kyle.
Hey, Abby.
So fun to talk with you every year, get an update of what's happening. You're open, full operation. Here we go, another season. It's exciting.
It's very exciting. Yeah, it's always a pleasure having you guys here on our slopes, for sure.
So fun.
Yeah, we've got a big winter ahead, for sure. We had a very successful holiday week just this past little bit, and we've got a lot of upcoming events coming in February, and it's an exciting time for sure.
It's important, and it's fun to always come every single day and be able to ski, but it's fun when there's something to come and do with the family or bring friends. So tell us about some of the things on the calendar here at Ragged.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a couple of races on the calendar. We've got USTA SA, which is a telemark series. We're actually hosting the only telemark race in the East Coast scheduled this season, so that's unique and very cool. We've got, come March, we've got a lot of our traditional events, such as a bump and jump. We've got a couple terrain park events. We've got the USASA, a lot of slope style, freestyle events.
Really fun to come and watch, yeah.
Absolutely.
I know, and then like you blink and it's spring again, and spring skiing, which no one can complain about spring skiing, but it's crazy to think that that's not too far away.
It's not. It's not. We're already gaining light at the end of the day, which is fantastic through the winter solstice.
Fun.
So it's a beautiful time of year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and the conditions are finally coming around. We're getting a little help from Mother Nature here coming, which is nice. It's been a mild start to the season.
It definitely has, but hopefully she'll keep bringing us some natural snow. We need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, when the snow melts, we don't want to talk about it too soon because we're in the thick of it right now, but Ragged is not just a winter operation. You do a lot of things in the summer and spring and fall, particularly weddings and events. Tell us about that for people watching, needing a place for an event.
Yeah, exactly. We have about 18 weddings in the books right now from spring through fall. So that's our predominant summer revenue. It's fantastic. Our wedding coordinator, Rachel, does a great job with it. We do group outings. We have a couple of group outings in the books for private parties that want to come and do an event here in our conference room and things. And summer operations are mainly built around capital improvements and maintaining the slopes and glading our terrain and things like that. So yeah, it's a great time of year for sure.
So let's talk a little bit about weddings, because I'm a bride myself, so I can talk a little bit about the ins and outs of this. But if someone's watching and saying, what does it look like in a ski slope wedding? What do you offer here at Ragged?
Yeah, so we offer 3 different venues. We've got our meadows down low, kind of in the old golf course area.
Cool.
We've got a venue up here that kind of overlooks Village Green and up towards the mountain ski slopes. And then we've got our venue inside here with the large rustic barn and Elmwood Lodge that's pretty desirable. And most people really are quite fond of that.
Yeah.
So it's nice because you kind of take over the mountain. You know, you have a private party all to yourself and have an entire venue all to your own. So we have a tremendous F&B director, Richie. He does a great job and our food is fantastic.
Cool.
So it's kind of all inclusive and we're able to offer everything here in-house.
I think that's really amazing too, to be able to think, okay, I can come, all my friends and family can come, and you get the place to yourself. You're not worrying about someone else coming in and having a wedding the same day. Like, Ragged is yours to host your special party, and I'm sure that you get some really cool pictures too with Ragged being the background.
Ooh, we sure do. Yeah, there's beauty all around us. So
I'm sure.
It's very photogenic.
Definitely. So what are the hopes for Ragged this season as we are in 2022 now?
As we go into 2022, you know, we've had a great pattern of skier visits so far this season. You know, we've had record numbers. We've got a tremendous season pass base, and we just want to keep building on that. Through the holiday period, we had more visitors that were, you know, belonged to other mountains and wanted to come and explore something new and avoid the crowds.
Cool.
So we offer a unique setting here at Ragged, and it's we're doing really well by it. So, like I said, if we get a little help from Mother Nature, so everybody has some snow in their backyards, that would help out a lot. But our snowmaking team has been kicking butt, and the surface conditions are fantastic.
Amazing. And I think if anyone's New Year's resolution is to come and learn to ski or snowboard, this is the place to come do it. You have a great learning center.
We do, yes. We have what's called the BB Wood Learn to Ski and Ride for Free program. So you can come, you can take 3 different lessons. This is for first timers only, and you can learn to ski or snowboard. You get all your equipment, your lift ticket, and 2-hour lesson. We have 2 carpet lifts, surface lifts, and then a barnyard triple lift that is just very friendly terrain to learn on.
And a ride through a barn too, which I think is always the coolest thing. Yeah. Well, Kyle, always great to catch up with you. Thanks for hosting us every year. It's so fun to come here.
Thanks, Abby.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us for the last 4 weeks from Ragged Mountain Ski Resort right in our backyard in Danbury. Make a point of getting over here before the season ends for some of the best local riding and carving available. Next week, we'll replay our special we did about the Kearsarge Regional High School STEAM proposal that was discussed at the 2022 deliberative session and will be voted on in March. Don't miss our live game of the week when basketball tournaments begin the second week of February. Until then, all of our regular season games are available on demand at ycnnow.com. All our games replay at 12 noon and 5 p.m. Sunday and Mondays on WYCX. This week, the Kearsarge Cougar boys host Fall Mountain in basketball action. Check out other outside television programs of original shows featuring the most exciting extreme sports from rock climbing, biking, water sports, and of course, skiing. I'm Abby Peel. Join us again next week for another edition of Your Yankee Chronicle. Stay safe, everyone.